How's it going, everybody? David Hedge here, House Hedge Gaming, and welcome to game number 2 of Horrified, set in the American Monsters expansion. AKA, this game is going to be called Did Dave Remember to Plug in the Microphone Before Actually Playing the Game? And the answer, as you can tell, is yes. So, right now, we have the game already set up. We are going against the Chupacabra and the Banshee of the Badlands. Now, I have two characters already picked out. The Jock, which allows me to pick up items from anywhere on the board that he's next to. And then we have the Agent that adds 1 strength to the items that they use. This is basically similar to the Scientist here. And let me actually go on ahead and get the items put out from the nifty bag that they include in this one. So, a couple things I want to point out, because just in case anything did get asked. Usually, if you're playing solo, you would start on the 3. So you basically only have 4 chances up here. But since I'm playing with 2 characters, I decided to go on ahead and just have it where basically it's 2 players playing, even though I'm playing solo. Alright, so we're going to put our stuff out here real quick, because apparently I can't talk and read and do this at the same time. It's really hard to multitask sometimes, and well, I prove that. Alright, so we got the gas station there for 3. We got a goat at the high school. Don't ask me why. We got the motel here. We have the gas station here. We got a piggy at the bait shop, wherever the bait shop is, down there. We have the cemetery, and we have a shovel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 3 more items. So let's go ahead and get those out here. We have a goat at the stadium. We have some more at the bait shop, and then we have a goat at the sheriff's station. So let's go on ahead. We have all those now. But yeah, so we have, if you would play solo with 1 character, you would just use this instead. Start on 3. 2, I'm using the Chupacabra because one of my best friends, Star, we would always play this game, and she would always go and collect all the animals. She would regret dropping off the goats, because even though they would be safe, she really just wanted to collect them all. That was her inner Pokemon trainer in this. So she would always just get all the animals, whether it be a horse, a goat, a pig, whatever showed up. If it was an animal, she was taking it. So that's the reason why I'm playing with the Chupacabra today. And plus, we have the Banshee of the Badlands. There's other characters that are involved in the game as well. We have like Bigfoot. We have Mothman. We have the... let me see. We also have... Actually, I'll break out the rules real quick. We have Bigfoot, Mothman. We also have the Ozark Howler, the Jersey Devil that we could have played today. But we're going with these 2 monsters here. So, for us to win the game, we have to defeat the Chupacabra by collecting 6 goats, putting them at the farm, so we can basically entice the Chupacabra to maybe come around here, but also keep the goats safe. And then when we finally run into the Chupacabra, use yellow items with 6 plus power on them to be able to take them out. Now, for the Banshee of the Badlands, what we have to do is we have to avoid the music of the skeleton violinist. So we have to make sure our violins here are moved to this spot here. Right now, they are currently on 1. Once we have both of them here, and the way we do that, we use the animal items, and we also use yellow items to roll 1 or 2 dice, depending on which one we use. And then for a hit or power, we get to move our violin back 2 spaces towards the good side. If our space ever lands here, then we have to be taken out, go to the hospital, move the track up 1. Once we have both violins safely here, and while they stay in the safe zone, if we go to the Banshee's location, we discard 2 yellow items. Now, it actually has to be 2 separate yellow items, not the 2 on the bottom there. And that will defeat the Banshee of the Badland. So, we have our cards here, we have our players, we have the monsters ready, and now it is time to start going and see how everything unfolds in the game. Alright, just like last time, I'll be using a die to mark which character is actually the current one. So I'm going to be using a Harrah's die because, you know, high stakes David House, former bouncer from Vegas, even though I've never been there, but one day I will be. So we're just going to start out with the agent here. So let's go ahead and go. So we have 4 actions. So we're going to go 1, pick up the goat. 2, go to the high school. 3, pick up the goat. And then 4, go to City Hall and hopefully get here within the next couple turns to drop those goats off and keep them out of the way of the Chupacabra. But now let's go with the monster phase. The Councilman. So 3 items get put onto the board. We have a wolf at the cabin. We have poison at the general store. Don't ask me why. Luckily, we're near the hospital. And the ranger station gets a walkie-talkie. Next, the councilman, Jimmy, goes to City Hall. And where Jimmy is wanting to go, they're wanting to go to the mansion. So City Hall right there. I'm actually there. So you're going to be tagging along for a little bit. And now we do the frenzied monster, which I did not put the frenzied marker out. So let's go ahead and get that real quick. I do apologize. I did not have that marked out. Please hold. All right, found the frenzied marker. It's supposed to start on the Banshee of the Badlands since their frenzy order is 1, the frenzy numbers. So Mothman and the frenzied monster would move 1. So Banshee moves out of the cemetery. And that is it for that turn. We now move down to the jock. So first action, the jock's going to go ahead and take the goat. And now we go 2, 3. Or actually, does he want to go there? So let's go 2 and then 3, 4 to get some more items up here. And now we go to the monster phase. Monster phase, well, everybody's coming out tonight. All right, so we have 3 items going on the board. So we got 3 items coming out here. We have at the high school, we have a flashlight. We have a protective vest at the sheriff's station. Let's go ahead and place that there. And then we have at the bait shop, a fishing pole. Makes perfect sense. Next, Nora is coming out of the diner here, and she's wanting to go to the farm. Probably get fresh supplies for tomorrow. Now, the Chupacabra and the Banshee of the Badlands will both be moving 1 each. So the Banshee will be going here, Chupacabra will go here, and now the Banshee will be attacking for 2. I'm going to try to make sure I protect Jimmy on this one here. Wish I didn't. Son of a gun. All right, so in this case, usually you can decide who they're hitting. I've already said it was going to be me. So, Star, if you watch this video, I do apologize, but I'm going to have to get rid of these goats. Yeah, that was my fault. So you know what? That's how the game goes. All right, so that ends the turn. Now we go to the next phase, which is to the agent. The agent now with a brand new mission. He is going to take that gentleman there to the mansion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm just going to go 3 and then 4, lead him in there. So that's going to save him. I'll be able to draw a card. This one, I can move any monster 3 locations. I have one that lets me skip the monster phase, and then for the jock, he has each player draws and places 1 item from the item bag onto the board. Wouldn't have helped either way for that game or for that round, but you know what? It's okay. We got 1 saved. Don't have to worry about that one taking us down. But now we go to the monster phase. Here we go. So 2 items go onto the board. Luckily, nothing happens with the Mothman because we do not have the Mothman in play. And we do not have Bigfoot. We do have Banshee of the Badlands, so we'll have to move her 1. And the Ozark Howler is not on the board. So, where's the swimming hole? Swimming hole gets a deer. So now Banshee of the Badlands is going to move here and going to be attacking for 3 against the jock. Now you miss. All right, so the Banshee has whiffed on that one. We are good. So now it's the jock's turn. So the jock, 1, go ahead and pick this up. 2 goes over here. And 3, we're going to bring her down here to the tavern. So then maybe next turn we can go 1, 2, 3, drop off a goat, save her, and get a card. It might be a little bit early, but we're going to actually go on ahead and skip the monster phase for this one with the shelter card, so we don't have to mess with that, and hopefully try to mitigate any of the damage. So now we go to the agent's turn. So the agent, first turn, picks up these items, so he is not defenseless. So that's 1. Then we go 2. Then we go 3. And then we go 4. We're just going to basically try to help block for the jock. Something that probably would never happen. And now we go for the monster phase. Son of a gun, you people need to stay home. All right. So 3 will be going out onto the board. We have a goat going to the campground. We have a baseball bat at the stadium, and we have at the motel, we got a toolkit. Now, Banshee of the Badlands and the Frenzied Monster move. Now, if it's the same creature, then they basically get to act twice. So, this agent's going to be in trouble. So, it's only going to be 1 die that's attacking, but it's going to have to attack twice. So, the Banshee of the Badlands, attack 1. Nothing. Attack 2. A hit. So, unfortunately, I got to lose one of my items, which is fine. And that takes care of that. So, now we go back to the jock. So, the jock. First action will be to get this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We save Nora. We get a new card for the jock, which is Chopper Lift. Place an investigator at any location. Excellent. But we can't drop off the goat yet because that was our 4th action. So we'll have to wait until next turn. And, oh, there's a goat right there. We'll deal with you in a minute. But in the meantime, we're now back to the monster phase. 2 items get put onto the board. If there are any footprint tokens on the game board, place Bigfoot at the trailhead and those footprints would be removed. We don't have to worry about that because Bigfoot is not in play, but we do have an item at the cabin and an item at the general store. Now, the Chupacabra and the Mothman and Jersey Devil would activate, but it's only going to be the Chupacabra, and since it's equal distance between heroes, we're going to be moving to here because this agent is pretty much now going to be a fall guy. He might be taking 3 hits. Let's find out. 2 hits. Okay, so the agent is officially taken out. So what's going to happen here? All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and keep this item now. And he is defeated. So he is going to go to the hospital. And I could have done this for the goats, but you know, it's early in the game. We got plenty more goats everywhere. It's not that bad of a bad situation. So he goes to the hospital. That's where he'll be. But the terror track does go up 1. So that's the end of the monster phase. Now we go to the agent. The agent gets up and he's like, son of a gun, my head. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Grab this. So we got a goat. So right now we have a couple goats in play, and we got a goat here and a goat here. We're still good on making sure the Chupacabra gets taken care of. All right, so now we go to the next. 0 items. The Mothman's not in play. We don't have to worry about this. But the Banshee of the Badlands does move 1. So it'll move here because it's closer to the jock. Speaking of the jock, first action. We're going to place a goat at the farm. So we got 1 goat saved, 5 to go. Or 5 to goat. However you want to put it. And then 2, 3, and then we're going to pick up these items for 4. And then we are going to go on ahead and use this item here, infrared, and we're going to move the Banshee back 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. Get them out of here for right now. Do not want to mess with that. And then we're going to do the supply drop from the jock, drawing an item for each investigator or for each person here. So for the jock, it'll be an item that goes to City Hall, and for the agent, an item that goes to the diner. Now we go to the monster phase. 3 items get put onto the board. The groundskeeper, Abe, will be put at the cemetery. We got a goat at the diner. We have a pocket knife at the general store. That's the motel. General store. You'd think after playing this game for a while, I actually know where most of the stuff's at. And then back at the diner. Alright, so Abe will be at the cemetery. He wants to go to the stadium. Must be wanting to catch that big game that's happening soon. Now the Banshee will move twice because it's both the on there and the Frenzied Monster. So 1, 2, going after our agent. Speaking of, agent's turn. Agent will go 1, Pick up for 2. Go ahead and get a lot of these things out of here. 3. And as much as he doesn't want to, he's going to go here in City Hall with the Chupacabra. Monster time. 2 more items. People, go home. I mean, we saved 2 of you, but there's only so much luck we got. All right, a goat at the cabin. The motel gets an item. Willie will go to the motel, and Willie's wanting to go to the tavern because, of course, he does. The frenzied monster will get to move 2. So, frenzied monster will go, wait a minute, 1, 2, after the agent and attacking for 2. No hits. We are good. Next up, back to the jock. So the jocks will be taking Abe to the stadium, most likely. But for now, we're going to go 1. Move Abe here for 2. Move the jock back here for 3. And we're going to go ahead and drop this goat off before we drop him off at the stadium. Getting us 1 step closer to accomplishing our goal. Next up is a monster phase. 2 will go onto the board, and this is the first Banshee card we've gotten so far. The sheriff's station will be getting a card or an item, and the mansion will be getting an item. I think it's the first time I've actually drawn a mansion card. I think. Alright, so on the Banshee monster mat, move 1 violin furthest from the skeleton 2 spaces towards it. I think we're going to go with the agent because he's got a few yellow items that he can mitigate, and plus he's there anyway, and it's his turn coming up, so it all balances out a little bit in the end. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then the Chupacabra will attack our agent for 2, and the question mark happens. So what that does, after I move around some stuff here, discard 1 animal from the board per power symbol roll. So we only have to do 1 animal. So let's go ahead and get rid of this pig that is down here at the bait shop. It went wee all the way to wherever the Chupacabra took it. But luckily, no hits. So now we go to the agent's turn. So the agent, he's got 2 goats. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop those goats off there. So now we just need 2 more goats to farm before we hunt down the Chupacabra and take it out. So, good times. All right. Now we go with the monster phase. Well, the farmer's getting put at the farm. So 3 items will get put onto the board. We have a goat at the ranger station. Of course we do. We have at the campground a handsaw, and we have at the stadium some binoculars. And now we put Josie at the farm, and they're wanting to go to the swimming hole. You 2 can figure out who's going to take her. And the frenzied monster is going to move 1 down here because there's a lot of options for the Banshee of the Badlands. But now we go to the jock. Jock's turn. He's just going to go ahead and take Rosie with him. Or Josie with him. So he's going to go 1. And then he is going to use the yellow item to go on ahead and see if he can move himself back a little bit on the track. So 2 rolls. For every hit or power symbol, I get to move his violin back 1. I get to move it to the safe zone, but it will not stay there because there's several different ways to get it out of that zone. So it's 2, we got 3, and then we're going to move everybody here for 4. We're just going to have a good old time. Everybody's just going to be together, and we're just going to be good. All right. So now we go to the monster phase. Let's go. 2 items get put onto the board. Luckily, we do not have to mess with the Ozark Howler, but the Banshee and the Frenzied Monster are going after our dearly beloved agent once again. So that goes there, and then this goes to Town Center. Are you Town Center? Oh, that's City Hall. Town Center is down here. All right. So the Banshee is going to be moving 1. We don't have to move it a second time because it's right there. So 2 attacks onto the agent. Attack 1. 1 hit. The agent will get rid of a green item. Attack number 2. 2 hits. Well, there goes that one. And there goes that one. Well, that's not what I wanted to have happen, but you know what? This is the life we've gotten right now, and we'll just have to roll with it. All right, next up will be the agent's turn. Here we go. One, we're going to use our last item to see if we can get a little bit out of range from the Banshee's musical friend of the skeleton with the violin playing. Yes, so we get to move this back to the original spot. We're almost to safety with that. So that's 1. 2, go over here. 3, we're going to pick this up. 4, go here. So we're good. Now, let's go on ahead. And do we want to move? Actually, I'm going to use this. Could have done this before, but I'm going to use this here to airlift our agent to the campground to get these last 2 goats and to stay away from this mess right here. All right, now we go to the monster phase. No items on the board. The Jersey Devil is not in, so we don't have to worry about that activating, but both monsters will be moving 1. So we have the Chupacabra over here going to the high school, and we have the Banshee just going back to town center. And the Chupacabra is going to try and hit me for 2. Only hits for 1, that is fine. We'll get rid of our pocket knife. So we got that. Now we go for the Jock's turn. Let's get all these people out of here. So 1, we're going to move. Actually, let me get this out of the way first. 1, we're moving Abe to the stadium. Get him off the board. That will give the Jock on the trail. The current player takes 2 additional action. Ooh, that might happen. All right, hold tight. Then we're going to go to... We're going to pick these up so we can get some items. 3 to go here. 4 to pick this up. And then we're going to go ahead and use this for 2 more actions. 5 to go down the resort. And 6 to go ahead and move Josie to the swimming hole, get her out of the way, and get another card. And more importantly, get another citizen off the board. We've got another supply drop, so we can drop some more stuff onto the board. But it's not going to help right now because now it's the monster phase. Here we go. 3 items go onto the board. That son of a gun. Hey, that's actually not bad. I was about ready to raise a fuss, but I see where Sydney's going. All right. We got a goat going to the mansion. Must be a rich people thing. Then we have the resort. We'll be getting a camera. And then we have for a 3rd item, the stadium gets a hat, a helmet. Now, we have the bellhop Sydney. They'll be at the resort. They are wanting to go to the motel. I don't ask anymore. I'm just playing the game. And that is it, except for the Banshee. We'll move 1, so wanting to get over here towards them. But now, it's the agent's turn. So first action, agent will grab all this item stuff here, including that goat. 2nd, move here. 3rd, move all this items here, including that goat. And then 4, go to the intersection of what the heck, and I don't know. All right, now we go with the monster phase. 2 items go onto the board, and it's stalking its prey. Okay, so this might actually save us just a little bit. Not really, because I just saw the Banshee of the Badlands gets to activate. The cabin will get an item, and the resort will get an item. Next, move the Chupacabra to the nearest location with an animal and remove that token. So it's a very good thing that I got rid of the goats here. That would have got them. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 for that. I think that's the closest one. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's over here at the swimming hole. The deer gets it. Gone. Now we activate the Banshee of the Badlands, the Ozark Howler, and the Jersey Devil. So that means our lovely Banshee goes right here to the resort. And it's going to be attacking for 2 against the Jock. For 2. So these 2 green items will be gone. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. But that is it for that. So now we go to said Jock. So the first action will be to pick up those 2 items. Give us a little bit of buffer. 2nd action, get the heck out of there. 3rd action will be going up here. 4th action will be going up here. And we have everybody just want to have a good time on that square. Now we go to the monster phase. Of course, we have people coming in. 3 items will go onto the board, and Dr. Chalice will go to the hospital. So these 3 items are going to the resort for a horse, of course. We have town center with a goat, and then we have at City Hall a compass. Camper's delight at City Hall. Who knew? Dr. Chalice will go to the hospital. They are wanting to go to the stadium. Big game tonight. The frenzied monster will just turn and move 1. And then we go to the agent's turn. The agent is going to try to make it a beeline to the farm. So where you want to go? You're going to go to the tavern. You're close. All right, so you're going to come with me. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to move you to 4 to the tavern. You get saved, and now we have an item. Helpful advantage, sonic safety. Place the Banshee at any location or move any monster 3 locations. So when we're ready to take out the Banshee, this might actually happen next turn. Ooh, that might happen next turn. As long as I can move the Banshee, like move my violin, I should be good. So we might be able to take out the Banshee in 2 turns. Maybe, but we'll find out. All right, so now it's the monster's turn. 0, see, I mentioned it. The blue violin will be moving 2 because I jinxed it, but it's okay. And then the Chupacabra will move 1. So out of the swimming hole into the resort. No attacks. We are good. So now we go to the jock. The jock, she's wanting to go to the motel. So first things first, move the motel, get her off the board. For their item, it's on the trail, the current play. 2 more actions. All right, sweet. So we need to figure where we're wanting to go here. Because I do believe I want to actually have the Banshee at a nice central location so we could take her out. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to move the Banshee, thanks to sonic safety. We're going to move her to here. Now I want to move him here for 2. Third action, we're going to use our yellow item to see if we can get out of the unsafe zone. Roll 2 dice. 1. Okay, it's not the favorable thing I wanted, but it's okay. And we're going to go down here for 4. So hopefully we can figure out some stuff with that, but still get to dropping off that and take out the Chupacabra. All right, next up, we go to the monster phase. 3 items get put onto the board. The Recluse, Dr. Cash, or Mr. Cash, not Dr. Cash. Hello, I'm Dr. Cash. It's not happening. All right, campground gets a bear. And then we have at the swimming hole, we have another goat. And then a wolf at the cemetery. Perfect sense. Mr. Cash will be going to the mansion, and he wants to go to the hospital. It's probably from all these animals. Probably gave him like bites and everything. The Banshee, the frenzied monsters, will move down here for 1 and attack for 2. We're going to have them attack our agent because he's got a lot of items. Actually, no, going for the jock. 1 hit, so jock loses an item. That's perfectly fine with me. That takes care of that. So now we go on to said agent. The agent is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop off these goats. So now we have all goats taken care of. So now when we meet the Chupacabra, we can just hit him with items of 6+ to take him out and be able to win the game for him or stop him in the game. So that's good. We got half of that goal. But now we go on to the monster phase. The teacher, Melvin's going to high school. 3. Let's go here. So 3 items get put on the board. This bag's running a little bit thin. Luckily, we can refill. The high school will be getting a helmet. We have the tavern getting a fishing pole as soon as I uncover it. And then we have a knife at the gas station. So Melvin will be going to the high school. And the frenzied monster is going to be attacking for 2 dice. So he's right there. She's right there with the jock. Let's run it. 1 hit and the power marker. Move all violins 1 space towards the skeleton per power roll. So it's just going to be each one will be moved 1. Could have been worse, and the jock will lose this. Yeah, that stinks, but you know what? It's okay. Because now it is the jock's turn. So the jock will go here for 1, pick up this item for 2, here for 3, and we're going to go ahead and use this to see if we can backtrack a little bit on the Banshee board. We do, so we got that in safe zone. Excellent. Now let's see if this next card messes us up. Next one, 2 items on the board. The Banshee of the Badlands will be attacking our Intrepid Jock here. So we got 1 at the bait shop, and we got 1 at the sheriff's station. 3 dice are getting rolled. All 3 hits. Well, you know what? The jock had a good run, but now the jock is going to be going to the hospital. No items are going to get used there. But the terror track does go up 1. So now, next up, the jock after that horrendous turn. The jock will basically go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to use 6 power worth of yellow. So what the hey, we took a bear trap and we took a pickaxe, and we're going to take out the Chupacabra. Never really had a chance to do much in the game, but you know what? We saved the goats, and somewhere in the world, Star is happy in Virginia. All right, so that took care of the Chupacabra. Now we just have to deal with the violin stuff in the Banshee. But first, monster's turn. The Park Ranger. All right, so 3 items will go onto the board. Next up, place Ranger Elena after we go to Town Center, the Mansion, and City Hall. Place the Ranger at the Ranger Station. Makes sense to me. They're wanting to go to the campground. Move the Frenzy Marker to the next monster. Move each citizen 1 space towards their preferred location. So she's going to move 1, she's going to move 1, and he's going to move up 1. And I think those are the only 3. Yes. But the Banshee will be moving to the nearest citizen here, which in this case would be the good doctor, and attacking for 2. Goodbye, Doc. So the doctor's down. We go up to 3 on the terror track. And that is it. So now we go to the jock who wakes up in the hospital wondering what's going on. Just wanted to flip him up there. So now we are going to go ahead and move. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We'll go ahead and get this knife. And that will end the jock's turn. Now we go to monster phase. No items, no footprints, no Chupacabra, nothing. So that's the quickest monster phase we can actually have. So now we go with the agent here. The agent has 1 yellow item. All right, so what the agent's going to do is go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully setting up to where we can give him 2 extra actions on his next turn and be able to do some stuff with that. But until then, it's now monster time. The sheriff will be 3 items will be going onto the board. So got 2 items here, Ranger Station and the Tavern. And please hold as I refill the bag with a 3rd item here because I have to redo the whole used item pile. So just want to shake that up, shake it up, reach in, grab 1. And the goat at the high school must have wanted higher learning. Next, the sheriff will be going to the Ranger Station. Again, the Frenzied Monster token wouldn't move, but Chupacabra's out, so we just have the Banshee left. Now the Banshee is going to be moving 3 and attacking with 2. So 1, or actually it was here, so 1. It's going to be going up here since that's the closest one, and we'll have him attack the jock, or her attack the jock for 2. 1 hit. All right. So that's going to take out that. And now it will be the jock's turn. So we're almost getting to the campground, almost getting to the Ranger Station. Of course you would. We are VR. Sorry, Power Ranger reference. I had to do it. 1, Melvin, you come with us. 2 and 3 to get her to the campground. Grabbing a card. Shelter, skip the next monster phase. We're definitely doing that. And then for 4, we're going to go and pick up this item here. And so we're going to skip the next monster phase since we have that before we end the hero phase. Monster phase is no longer there. And now we go to our agent. So the agent's going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use 1 yellow item to see if we can move ourselves back a little bit on the violin track. 1 gets moved back. So we're so close. With that, I'm going to use this from the jock to give our agent 2 more actions. So 1, we're going to utilize the brown here to only roll 1 die and see if we can get back that one last one. We did. Perfect. So that goes there. And then for the final action, I'm going to use 2 yellow items to take out the Banshee of the Badlands. We have survived, and now we are 2-0 against the Horrified universe. But next up is going to be Greek monsters next week, and that one's going to be a whole different set of rules and a whole different set of monsters to go through. And hopefully you'll join us for that adventure. But thank you all so much for checking out this gameplay of part 2 of our Horrified series, Horrified American Monsters. If you like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let everyone know that House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming needs as we continue on through this horrifying expedition, as well as counting down to GenCon 2025. Until next time, everyone, stay safe and take care, my friends.